Good afternoon, teacher. Today we are going to do a video explaining the different applications of evolutionary psychology. My name is Julieta Aguilera.
My name is Durian.
My name is Laura Camila Duarte.
I'm going to start to talk about evolutionary constraints on the mind and mental well-being. First, there are parts and mechanisms that could have safer and more efficient, but evolution is more a process of tinkering than engineering. Further, an important reminder, the evolutionary process is based on reproductive success, not happiness, well-being, or painless. Second, the phylogeny of our species are influenced our mental health.
Now I'm going to talk about the explanation of vulnerability to mental disorders. There are limits are important explanations for some diseases, but there are 5 other possible reasons why the body and mind are not better designed. Starting with the mismatch between our bodies and our environment. First, mismatch. The most common chronic diseases are caused by new environmental factors. Second, infection and coevolution. Infections persist because all our evolutionary advance to escape from bacteria and viruses complement their much faster evolution. Infections causes have been proposed for a wide range of mental disorders, especially affective disorders. Third, compensations. Design conditions make perfection impossible for any trait, natural or human. We could have less anxiety, but only at the cost of being more likely to be injured or killed. Fourth, restrictions. Far from assuming that everything is adaptable, an evolutionary approach calls attention to the defective and deficient design that result from multiple concisions, repetitions, and errors. Fifth, the selection is for reproductive success, not for health. Many imagine that the selection shapes bodies and minds that are healthy, long-lived, and cooperative. It does when those traits increase reproductive success.
Etiology of psychopathology. First, the general finding of behavioral genetics is that environments cause difference between members of the same family, while genes cause similarities, that both genes and environments influence the development of most phenotypes. Second, currently, only very few genes seem to provide relatively replicable connections with phenotypes of disorders, and almost no specific environmental stimuli are known. Perhaps other relevant contexts of childhood would have specific evolutionary predictions of the later functioning of life based on the functional analysis of ecological demands.
Emotion and emotional disorders. Most mental disorders are emotional disorders. People with depression and anxiety are so obvious effects that it is difficult to see how those emotions can be useful. However, the selection has configured emotion regulation mechanisms that often result in normal but usually suffer. Diagnosis. The criteria for psychiatric diagnosis are based on intensity, duration, and associated disability. This sophisticated evolutionary analysis of psychiatric diagnosis holds that it is essential for mental and physical disorders to separate normal from abnormal phenomena according to whether they are harmful and whether they arise from a dysfunction.
Thanks for listening. Gracias por escucharnos.